Hi, it's me, Liberty. I am doing some more thought work, and I thought I'd record myself to just kind of talk this one through with myself. So, all these emotions and thought work that I've been working on for the last, 6 months or so has been like a tangled ball of just mess. It's like that tangled ball of yarn that you're like trying to untangle, and like you end up just cutting the yarn and then like trying to tie the pieces back together so that you could crochet something. But like cutting that in real life like doesn't really work. I mean, it can, but it hasn't been working for me. So I've been coming up with some other ways to kind of work through this mess, and I have found a lot. But I just kind of wanted to talk about one piece. I've had a lot of rejection come up, not necessarily in my own personal life, but in the lives of my friends and some of my clients. And so I wanted to just kind of talk about this little rejection piece. And I've been trying to tell people like how to actually sit in uncomfortable emotions, and it's not necessarily the easiest to be mindful and to sit with heavy emotions and to feel them and let them provide us the messages that they have for us. It's not easy, and I know that personally. But at the same time, we have to feel these feelings to come up with the thoughts that are creating them, because our feelings are created by these thoughts that we have unconsciously, subconsciously. We're not even thinking I'm the worst human on earth, like, consciously. Well, maybe some of us are, but not everyone is thinking I'm the worst human being on earth. But these feelings are created by that thought. So I've been trying to change my thoughts, and I've learned that affirmations some of them work when they align with our schema, but the ones that don't align with our self-concept and how we feel about ourselves, we'll just reject them anyway. So all these affirmations and stuff hasn't really been working. And it was like, why are these affirmations not working? I should be able to, instead of saying I'm the worst human on earth, I should be able to say, I'm the best human on earth. And that should work, right? Wrong. No, because we don't believe it. It doesn't align with us. And at the same time, on this side is no self-esteem, and on this side is narcissism. And we don't want that. We don't want to turn into narcissists because, we want to go middle ground with it. So finding the middle ground in our thoughts so that we can change the subconscious belief with a more middle ground thought. This is hard because all these feelings are coming up. And so we have to be able to sit with the feelings and process, why am I feeling this way? Why am I feeling this rejection? And it may not even be an actual rejection. It may just be like we're preemptively rejecting things because we think, this person's going to reject me automatically. So, why should I even try? I should automatically just reject myself, right? Don't do that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. But this thought work, trying to do these affirmations and find this middle ground thought has been hard. And I know that it's like this tangled ball of yarn that we're trying to untangle. And when I was crocheting, I would just cut the yarn and tie it all back together because I was like, I ain't got time for this mess. But in real life, we don't have time or the ability necessarily to cut all these strings and tie them back together and be like, voila! No, we have to actually take the time and untangle each little piece and find out, hey, this one leads all the way back to there. Okay, that's the thought that I'm having that's creating this feeling, so I can work on that. So trying to do all of this, I have been using the distorted thinking, because we all have distorted thinking, whether we want to think our thinking is distorted or not. We all do it, and we all do it. And that was a distorted thought right there. Ta-da! all the extremes, all, nothing, everyone, everything, never, nothing. Those are all extremes. And then, we try to read the future. We think, oh, this person's going to reject me anyway, so why even try? We're reading the future. There are so many ways that we distort our thinking. So trying to figure out where is the distortion and the subconscious belief, the belief that is creating these unpleasant feelings. So finding that distortion and then trying to work on how that distortion plays out in other thoughts too, because our thoughts are not singular. We don't just have this one thought of I'm the most worthless piece of shit in the entire universe, and that be in and of itself. Like, that's just one piece of this toxic shit that we say to ourselves daily. So like trying to get to the bottom of why we are saying these to ourselves was the key piece for me, because yes, I can say, oh, like I have these distorted thoughts, I have black and white thinking, or I have all or nothing thinking, or I have generalizations, or whatever, or I read the future, or I listen to my emotions instead of rational thought. Like all of these play into how we're feeling. And so trying to sit and figure out, where did this start? Where is this coming from? So that we can get to a place where we can say, okay, like I got this thought from this place. It's not my thought. I don't want to think it anymore. And trying to get it to align with our self-concept that we have now. Like I would like to see all of our self-concept keep going until we're not narcissistic, but where we appreciate ourselves and we love ourselves, because we can't love other people if we don't love ourselves. We cannot give to someone else what we do not give to ourselves. That's what I told my friend last night. You have to give to yourself what you want to give to others. There's no way around it. So trying to get to a place where we feel comfortable and these thoughts align with, these middle ground thoughts align with how we see ourselves. We can say, instead of thinking I'm the worst piece of shit in the world or I'm the best person on earth, we can say I'm a person, and this person didn't want to date me, and I'm okay with it now. And yeah, I did feel hurt at the time. I felt like I got punched in the gut. Yes, I cried. I felt whatever feeling, whatever body sensation you had, whatever body action you wanted to take. Just acknowledge, yes, like this is where I was. And then I thought a new thought. I thought, okay, this person has free will. This person, has the, they know that they want this kind of relationship or this kind of employee or whatever you were rejected about. And just understanding that it's not all about you. Like, I hate to be this type of friend, but it's not all about you. Other people have their own self-concept. They have their own idea of what they want in life, what they want in relationships, what they want in friendships, what they want in an employer. We have our own book that we follow, the rule book that we follow. We all do what is best for us. We're not doing something to hurt you. We're doing what's best for us. And that, like, I've had to figure that out with my kids too, because with my kids leaving a mess, it's not that they hate me and they're wanting to hurt my feelings and make more work for me. They're just kids. They just come in and throw their shit wherever because that's what they do. And until I teach them a better way, they're going to continue doing what they do because, it works for them. They just come, throw their shit wherever and do what they want to do. And it works for them. Until I say, hey, this is what I need. This is what should be done. People are going to continue with how they're doing in life. They want what they want, so they're going to do what they do to get it. And we may get caught in the process. We might get hurt completely by someone else. And we might feel like, oh, they're doing it on purpose. They just hate me so much and they just want to break my heart, blah, blah, blah. It may feel like that, yeah. And you're allowed to feel that way. And you're allowed to sit with it and process it. But don't stay stuck there. Do not stay stuck there. Please, please, please try to figure out a way to change that thought. You got to figure out what that thought even is, though. And if you cannot sit and process, sit mindfully in silence without scrolling social media, without shoving food in your fucking face, without going and downing a bottle of liquor, without going and smoking a cigarette, whatever it is that you do, sit in the emotion and figure out, what thought am I thinking that is creating this feeling right now? This punch in my gut, the burning in my face, the tears streaming down. What's the thought behind this? What am I telling myself right now? And getting there is not easy, but that's where we have to start. And then we can start untangling this mess of yarn and all these thoughts that come along with it. Because like I said, this is not a solo thought. This is not the only horrible thing we tell ourselves day in and day out. But it's a start. Like, we can start here. We can start now. We start today. We can do this. We just have to figure out what it is that we're feeling and what it is we're telling ourselves. And try to figure out a way. I've done this myself where, I'm figuring out, I'm feeling this way because I'm saying this to myself. And this is the outcome. This is the action I'm taking. This is the outcome I'm getting. And I don't want that. I don't want this action, and I don't want this outcome. So what can I do to change this? And a lot of times it's like, I've shared with my clients to start with the emotion stuff is I'm feeling whatever it is I'm feeling because of whatever situation. And my body wants to do this, and I'm going to do this. And I can give you a real quick example. My kids, perfect example. My kids come in, throw their stuff on the floor. So I'm trying to explain to them, I'm feeling like I have a lot more work to do. So I'm telling them, I'm feeling taken advantage of. I'm feeling disrespected because book bags keep landing on the floor. I don't tell them this, but I want to take the backpacks, throw them all over the yard, throw everything away, just get rid of it all so that it cannot end up on my floor again. That's what I want to do. I'll do that in my head. But then what am I going to do? I'm getting all these feelings because of something I'm telling myself. I'm telling myself my kids don't respect me. My kids are taking advantage of, whatever it is that they're taking advantage of. The fact that I'll do it for them. And so I have to tell myself, okay, that's not a helpful thought right now. So what is a more middle ground thought that can help me here? Okay, the fact is, they're kids. Kids don't think about things being on the floor unless they're a little OCD. They don't think about it. They're just kids. They just come in off the bus and throw things on the floor because it's convenient. And then they go and they get their snack. They do their homework. They do whatever it is that they're going to do because no one's told them, hey, don't throw your shit on the floor. So I want to throw their backpacks everywhere. I want to be a crazy nut. But what will I do? What will I do? I will tell them, backpacks don't belong on the floor. Next time you come in off the bus, please put your backpack where it belongs and then continue with what it is that you need to do. Get a snack, do your homework, whatever. And then you got to follow that up with a consequence. If you continue to put your backpack on the floor, this will be the consequence. You will lose iPad time for 20 minutes or however long it is that you feel like, maybe it's a day, maybe it's a weekend, maybe it's a week. I don't know what it is for you, but figuring out that consequence and then letting them know, I'm feeling this way because of this. You don't have to, I suggest telling yourself what you want to do in your body. And if you can act that out, go ahead. You don't necessarily have to tell, it's probably threatening to tell somebody what you want to do. So I don't necessarily suggest telling the other person what you want to do. But acknowledging in yourself, I want to act like a crazy nutbag and throw these fucking backpacks out the front fucking door. And then telling, the other person, I'm going to do this. Like, this is the boundary that I want with you. I want you to place your backpack where it belongs as soon as you walk in the door. I do not want backpacks on the floor. And then telling them the consequence. This will be the consequence if you do it again. And if they have the choice whether or not they want to follow the boundary, you're not controlling them. You're not controlling their actions. You're trying to save your sanity here. They can choose to throw the backpacks on the floor again, and they will take the consequence. That's their choice. And you're not controlling them. And then along with that, so the feelings that we're feeling, these big, huge emotions, like the big frustration, the big anger, the big hurt, it's coming from a boundary we need to set. We need to set this boundary. And so really sitting with the feeling and the thought, trying to think that new thought can help you find the boundary. That's what I've noticed, is that neutral middle ground thought helps me find my boundary. So I know that this is huge and a lot, and like, you're like, where in the hell do I start with all this? Start with being mindful. Start with knowing what you're feeling and why and what you want to do with it. And then you can get to the thoughts of, what thoughts am I continuously thinking over and over again? You know, it may not be 15 times a day. It may just happen like, you know, once every 4 days, or once every 15 days, or once every 3 months. Like, but what am I consistently thinking? And how can I change that to be something more compassionate, more middle ground? Because we need to come to a place where we accept ourselves and we accept other people too. Because like I said, we cannot give to other people what we do not give to ourselves. So accepting that we have these emotions and that we have these crazy fucked up thoughts. Everyone has crazy fucked up thoughts. I'm here to tell you. If somebody tells you they don't, they're a liar. We all have fucked up thoughts. And we all have these feelings. And it's natural. It's part of being human. So stop running from it. Start asking, getting curious. I wonder why I'm feeling this way. I wonder what thought I'm thinking right now. I wonder what I could tell myself right now that could be a little better. Instead of saying I'm the worst piece of shit on earth, are there maybe some things that I can think of that show me that I'm not? You know, is there something in the last day or so that I've done that isn't a piece of shit, that, you know, is a good thing? Just trying to play with that thought and talk to that, because I've talked about zombies a lot, and these thoughts are our zombies. So we need to play with the zombies. We need to reach out to them, and, you know, maybe we gotta fuck up their face a little. Whatever it is, like, get to it. Please sit with it. And please, for the love of God, stop being so whiny. Stop complaining to others, expecting them to come fix your shit. I know I've done it, and I have seen the fucking light. I have seen the whininess and what it gets. It does not get somebody to help you. It makes people really mad at you and want to, like, push you away in a way. I've had to, like, check myself, because I'm like, ooh, that person's really being self-pity right now, and I'm like, ooh, I kind of want to, like, run the other way. But then I'm like, oh, like, they really need something right now. They're stop waiting for a savior. No one's come to save your ass. You have to help yourself. And this is the way we can do it, by actually accepting our feelings and figuring out what the thoughts are. Like, it's not easy, I know. And I know the first thing you want to do is you want to grab the phone, you want to scroll, or you want to go grab a fucking chocolate bar and shove it in your mouth, or you want to do something to just make it all go away. It's not going away. The only way you're going to make it go away is to make it less, and the way to make it less is to actually feel it. Because what we resist persists. I can wholeheartedly tell you that is 100% true with all the traumatic shit I've been through. Like, the whole time I was trying to be like, I don't see you, I don't see you, I don't see you. It kept coming back, kept knocking me on my ass. I'd be on my bathroom floor shaking and crying so fucking much until I said, you know what? I'm gonna face this shit. I'm going head on with it. I'm going to figure it the hell out. And that's when the shit started lessening. That's when I started actually healing. That's when I've been able to get with, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What is going on? What can I do about it? That's the next piece of it, is once you actually get all this stuff, then you can figure out the boundaries and what you need to do with it all. But until you can figure out where it's coming from, you're not going to be able to get there. So I know I rambled on a lot. So I'll just like wrap it up here. More will be coming on this because this is a hot topic for me right now, especially with the amount of rejection that has been going on with my friends and the social isolation. It's a lot right now, you guys. It's tough right now. We're still in the middle of this, and it's like it's been 6 months, 9 months. Who knows when it's gonna end? So just sit with it. Journal. I fill up notebooks every month. Journal, please. Sit with it. That's about all I got right now. More will be coming later when I actually can formulate the thoughts a lot better. But for now, that's all I got. I will talk to y'all later. I love ya. Bye.